guys. December 1st, this clip is from, as well as December 1st was the day that Dylan Mortensen was interviewed.
Did the bedroom doors of the 4 murdered University of Idaho students have electronic locks like this? A former tenant posted this photo and says all 6 bedrooms had combination locks. It's believed the students had a lock on their door similar to this. This is a keypad lock, and I'm
Truly not sure how mainstream media got it wrong, but there were no locks, padded locks on any of the doors of any of the bedrooms, and that had been known for quite some time.
Now, Kara, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
This is the interview that Ashley Banfield does with Xana's mother, December 1st, and then she broadcast bits and pieces on December 2nd and December 3rd, and then a little bit.
There is a mysterious sort of 4-hour and 45-minute block of time that's unaccounted for by the police timeline. The police say that your daughter Zana and her boyfriend Ethan were at the Sigma Chi house from 8 until 9 p.m., but then they don't have any information on where they were from 9 p.m. till 1:45 a.m. Do you know anything about that from either your information from the police or Ethan's family or anybody?
I may be candid in saying this, but I think that they were at a bar.
And where do you get that information from? Did someone tell you that they'd gone from the Sigma Chi house to a bar before they ended up home?
That's what their father conveyed to me, that he thought that they were at the bar that night. So, yeah, I mean, that's what college kids do on the weekends. So.
But you don't know for sure that they left the Sigma Chi house, went to a bar.
This would make perfect sense as to why MPD kept this hush-hush and why Jeff told people that Zana stayed in and got pizza, because he was told not to release this information to the public because Ethan and Zana were, yes, underage, and then being out in the bars.
On social media anymore without being some kind of weird stalker. So that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that that's what it was, though. I will be honest with you. I think it's closer than that. I think it's deeper than that. I think I think they have information that they're not giving us, and it's real fishy. That's what I will say.
You guys heard it right there. Xana's mom says, I think that they have information they're not giving us. What is going on? Again, this timeline is very, 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 very relevant. December 1st, December 2nd, Xana's mother talks to mainstream media. Please again hear that they were at a bar. What bar were Ethan and Zana at? I don't know if you guys remember. This is, again, my red flags project. Zana stayed in and got pizza because he was told not to release this information to the public because Ethan and Zana were, yes, underage, and then being out in the bars.
On social media anymore without being some kind of weird stalker. So that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that that's what it was, though. I will be honest with you. I think it's closer than that. I think it's deeper than that. I think I think they have information that they're not giving us, and it's real fishy. That's what.
Xana's mom does not believe that it is a stalker of some site, like some random serial killer stalker. That's what was told to us December 1st and 2nd.
What I will say.
When you say you think it goes deeper than that, what do you mean?
I mean, I think it was somebody closer than a stalker. And I don't know who. I'm not gonna specify anything like that. I'm just going to say I think that it's somebody, you know, and I think possibly they may have trusted. That's the only thing I can think of, because how could something like this happen so quickly, so quietly, so without any answer, unless it was somebody super close to them. You know what I mean?
Do you think the person who did this had been in that house before?
they knew them. I think they may have even been friends with them. I think it had to have been somebody close to them to have been able to get away with it like this. Just without, you know, it just doesn't make sense. None of this makes any sense. It had to have been somebody they trusted that was, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody who knew the house well, somebody who knew them well.
I want to show you guys something. When I was making this video, I edited the shit out of this in terms of to be able to put my voice overlapping what I wanted to show you guys, but I did not change NewsNation's video. NewsNation's video was NewsNation's video. I did not chop it up in terms of like making it seem like she asked a question and then Zana's mom answered it in some type of way that it wasn't there. I want you guys to see what is on the screen again when this drops.
This makes any sense. It had to have been somebody they trusted that was, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody who knew the house well, somebody who knew them well.
What are the odds? What are
Now,
the odds?
please keep in mind when we fast forward to 2025.
Did you guys just see what was on the screen? I mean, I'll stop one more time right here. I'll just stop it right there. When this is being spoken of, it is Dylan right there, the name Dylan, right? You guys want to talk about like, hey, Lana, do you believe in signs? Hey, Lana, go get your cards read. Dude, I was watching this again. I made the video. I was like, damn, look at that. Like, look at that. That's like the view of where we would be in the view of where the killer was, right? Walking towards Dylan, right? That's just wild. And I'm just like, whoa, man, that's crazy. I didn't change anything in terms of like, that's NewsNation doing that. I didn't do it. NewsNation did it. I made the video, okay, from like, I did not edit their shit. But could you tell me, like, look at that, like a person dressed in all black, right? Zana was dressed in all black that night, right? Wild ass shit right there, man. That's some wild ass shit.
Somebody who knew the house well, somebody who knew them well.
Now, please keep in mind when we fast forward to 2025, after the suppression hearings, we find out the dates of when Dylan Mortensen had interviews with law enforcement. And that would be November 13th, November 17th, December 1st, December 13th, and then finally December 30th.
She also said something very significant that none of us knew before, and that was that her daughter, Zana, likely had a lock on her bedroom door. Her mom believes that her bedroom door had a lock. And she also said that Zana's dad, Jeff, had just the week before this murder been at that house to fix a lock, whether it was the lock on the bedroom door or an outside door to the house. That's
all right. Everybody wants to talk to me about third-party culpabilities. Everybody wants to talk to me about all these things. I am taking myself back to, I put out a video. I'm doing a production that is the 100 red flags of the Idaho4 case. This is episode 6. This is what we just saw. It's a 17-minute video. How in the world are they going to get around this? We're going to be bringing people to the stand that are going to say, did you not go to your daughter's house to change the locks on her door? Who were they in fear of? Who was your daughter in fear of? And then the next week, she's murdered. I came to bring it tonight because when I say I came to bring it, usually I kind of let my viewers just like, hey, I'm going to present the information to you and then you can connect your own dots. Well, tonight, somebody informed me that I was just like, Lana, like, you just need to tell your viewers because they just don't get it like you get it, right? Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you. This is going to be brought to the attention of the jurors that the week before the murder of these 4 students, somebody was saying, hey, Dad, will you come and fix my locks on my outside door? Or is it the outside door? At the end of the day, I mean, how would Brian Kohlberger know about this?
It's unclear, but Zana's mom knows that Zana's dad had fixed a lock at that house just the week before. I want to bring back in Brian Enton, who has been on this case. Brian, you see the photo on the screen right now. On the left-hand side is an image of an inside lock on a bedroom door in the basement, in the lower floors.
And this is where I just point out that mainstream media is a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay? Right there is the door on the right-hand side. That is Dylan Mortenson's fucking door. Okay? Dylan Mortenson's door has nothing to do with Zana's door. Number 1. Okay? You fucktards. Take that and shove it up your fucking ass, NewsNation. Number 2, I don't even think that they're talking about the doors inside the house. I think that they are talking about the doors outside the house, meaning the front door, and that changing that pad on it. Either way you slice and dice it, this is going to have to be talked about. If Jeff truly went over there, if this is all just a bunch of mainstream media fucking bullshit. Also, Zana's mom, Zana's dad. I can tell you that the people that will not be called to question about this will be Kaylee's parents, because they've never been in that house. They never were at that house ever in their lives. So they cannot speak on personal knowledge of anything about this.
And the person who took that picture was the former tenant who moved out in 2009. And he told Fox Digital that his bedroom door had a code.
She's interviewing people from 2009. What the fuck, Ashley? That is horrible. NewsNation. That's why the fuck our community is so fucked. This was in 2022, and she interviewed somebody from 2009 and showed a picture of 2009. How fucking embarrassing. I showed it. It's an embarrassment. Hate Lana. Well, why? Because I'm smart?
That's lock, and that's the photo of it. He said every bedroom in that house had a coded lock on it. But if we look on the right-hand side, that's a recent picture from social media of the second.
That's because the house wasn't rented out as individual rooms, you fucking idiots. The house was rented out as a fucking whole. You want to know why? Because if you were a fucking landlord, you'd be an idiot to rent out your house based on the rooms. Are you fucking dumb? Nobody rents out rooms like that. Only idiots do. And that's why it changed from 2009 to 2022. You want your money? Then you fucking rope in one person for the money, and then they pay it or they don't. You're not chasing around little fucking baby motherfuckers. You're not doing that.
On it. But if we look on the right-hand side, that's a recent picture from social media of the second floor bedroom across from the kitchen. And you can see that does not appear to be, at least in this picture, a coded lock. So it's possible that in the last 3 years, some of the bedrooms may have actually changed, but it is quite a development to hear definitely that Zana was on the second floor and that her mom believed.
How was that a goddamn development, Ashley, back in the day? It was not a development. Everybody knew that Zana's room was on the second floor. If you didn't, then that's a goddamn development for you back in 2022, but it was not for anybody else. She kind of realized in the middle of her production that, God, this makes no sense. So I'm just going to have to say that we didn't realize that Zana was on the second floor. What?
Believe she had that lock and her dad had worked on it a week prior, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time we've heard that, Ashley. So I'm just trying to think this through here. A different lock, is that a reason that the killer was possibly able to get into the room? Certainly possible, but just heartbreaking.
Meanwhile, while they were doing this stuff to talk about goddamn knows nothing, I was putting together the pieces to show that Dylan Morton's bedroom was on the second level, and that there is no way that she slept on the bottom level unless she knew that this was going to happen. Please check out my videos from back in the day, meaning like we were on it from day one and like pumping this video. I said, there's no way. They're saying that Dylan slept on the first floor. I said, then whose room did Dylan sleep in? Because she doesn't sleep in her own room. That needs to be looked into. That doesn't make any sense. Because what it makes sense is that Dylan knew that something bad was going to happen and that she slept somewhere else so that she would not be part of it. Again, I'm taking us all the way back to 2022. We are in 2025, guys. We are not in 2026 like Judge Hitler thought. We are in 2025, but I am taking us back to 2022 to point out some things because it matters.
I was listening to your whole interview so closely. Just heartbreaking to hear that mom speak for the first time. Very similar what she's saying to Kaylee's parents, who I spoke to a couple of hours ago. Just frustration that they don't have information, and frustration that they say the police aren't keeping them updated as frequently.
So that is something that is new at this point. Obviously, Brian, tomorrow is the 3-week mark since those kids went out on a Saturday night, like all college kids do, and had a great time and got home at a pretty reasonable hour, for college kids, 1:45 in the morning. And I'm sensing as well from the Gonsalves family, and I cannot imagine the pain that they are suffering, especially since they've been left in the dark. But they are starting to, their patience is giving way to frustration. It seemed pretty clear.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they...
Okay, so look again is on the screen here. Just the party fucking central girl, Dylan herself. But the reason I pause it right there is to say that the Gonsalves family was irate over this investigation. Now they want us to believe in the investigation. And they say, well, I'll eat my words, I'll swallow my words. And I'm saying, that's great that you're going to eat your words and swallow your words, but I'm not going to have to eat your words, swallow your words, and then have to add on to believing then this narrative that y'all were told. I know for a fact that the Gonsalveses were lied to. You guys, all of you guys know that the Gonsalveses were lied to. And you're like, wait a second, Lana, how? Tell us. Because Ashley Jennings and Bill Thompson, aka Bill Jennings, as well as all the the investigators, they lied on the probable cause affidavit, which were sent out to all of us, which were sent out to the family, right? And now they need somebody to come in and sweep up their little tears and say, hey, you can have this sanitized way of getting to Brian Kober because I get it. Holy shit, it wasn't the way that you said the probable cause happened to develop your probable cause, right? I will not swallow the rag that stuffed your ass.
You heard what they said. They don't understand. Their main frustration tonight seemed that they just don't understand why some of the people are being cleared. They want to know what the alibis are. They're like, is it?
Exactly. There it is again. Whose alibis do you think that they wanted to know? Don't you think Ann Taylor is going to ask these people to the stand? I know I would. Did you have any questions about the investigation? Sure. Whose alibis did you want to hear about? I have no problem. What's the relevancy of that? Absolutely relevant. Because they were being told information that nobody else was. At the end of the day, maybe Ann Taylor won't go that route, but I'm saying this family, do not kid yourselves, felt that they were being lied to, felt that people were lying to them, and then they maybe realized that I didn't know how investigations work, and you can't tell people their alibis, like kind of the Scott Peterson case, and this is why he's fighting for a new retrial. But guess what? We found out about these people through the docket. And Mr. and Mrs. Gonsalves's, they had every right to think about this. They weren't wrong. They were never wrong. Steve G's intuition as a dad, Christy's intuition as a mom, they were right. They were like, wait a second. Why are you clearing these people? They're deleting their text messages. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. No, but seriously, they're deleting their messages. They don't have an alibi. Why are you clearing these people? They're on Snapchat. Holy fucking shit. Wait, what is going on? And they were fucking outraged. Outraged. And now we're just supposed to forget about all of that. Like that it doesn't fucking matter. Even though now all of us have the fucking proof of why they were fucking outraged. But we shouldn't fucking care about it. Just like they shouldn't have cared about it. Well, now we all know that that is not the motherfucking case, right? You think that they were concerned about whose alibis did they cared about, y'all? Come on. They cared about Bethany's, Dylan's, fucking Hunter's, fucking Emily's. Come on.
It's just a friend who said, I saw them. I mean, they want to know what the crystal clear alibis are of why some of these people were cleared. Something else interesting, Ashley, because I heard Xana's mom bring it up and you asked her about the stalker. I got some clarification tonight about that from Kaylee's family. They actually don't know of a specific stalker or that she was being stalked, but they did say something similar to what Zana.
Hey, Jeff, I freed you so that you could comment. I don't know if you realize this, but you got blocked a long time ago. I freed your ass so that you can comment one more time so that I can say, you're a fucking moron. Where's he at? There he is. Jeff, I thought the Gonsalveses said the people that they were talking about weren't in the circle of the friends. Duh. Because they're basically saying, do you understand when you ask these people, the Gonsalveses, who they knew? Ask them who they knew. We know Maddie. We don't know anybody else. There you go. Inner circle. Not these people. Kick Jeff out.
As mom just told you, just that, these were very, very pretty girls.
And for the record, Jeff is getting kicked out because he disrupts chat, for the record. Not because he thinks butterflies fly or pigs fucking moan. He disrupts my chat.
And that it wouldn't surprise them if there was a stalker or people
with antagonizing, bullying, mentally distressing, all the things that I could write up as a lawyer to protect my fucking chat from.
Men following them around, but they did not know of a specific person.
Well, that's fascinating because the police said in a news conference when a reporter asked, where did you get the information about the stalker, to start with? The police said it came up in interviews that they've been conducting. They didn't say who in the interviews told them that Kaylee.
There you go. I can't wait to find out about these interviews that led to these other fucking things because the family was told about all these fucking interviews. How does the family know about what is going on in the investigation? And again, I cannot repeat this enough. Do I think the world of Chrissy Gons? Yep. Steve? Yep. Would I be doing all the fucking same things that they... Fuck yeah, dude. This is my kid. My kid was murdered. What the fuck are y'all doing? I always tell you, I give them the most grace. God, whatever the fuck you want to do, man. I have nothing to say on what y'all want to do. But I have a say on what y'all want to tell me to think about this shit. Then I'm going to tell you that, you do you, I do me, but I still love you. Make sense? The first person, if I was to walk into Boise and I saw somebody, the first person that I would buy a beer for and a shot for would be Kaylee's parents. I would say, here you go, boom, boom, boom. And I heard that y'all are dating. Your son's dating Olivia. I like her, so I'll buy your son a drink. I'll buy her a drink. I'll buy both of them a shot. Let's do a shot. Those would be the first people that I would buy a drink for. Kaylee's parents, first people I buy a shot for. Kaylee's parents. I love them. I respect them. But I can love people and respect them, and I can disagree with them on certain things. That doesn't, like, that's just what it is. Period. I would buy JLR a shot too. I saw somebody say JLR in chat, but I don't think he's a drinker though.
Kaylee had a stalker, but Kaylee's dad, Steve, has revealed that Kaylee told her dad, Steve, that she had a stalker. So I'm trying to figure out if it was Steve who brought that information to the police and they've not been able to corroborate it.
Okay, do you understand when you guys listen to this shit? Kaylee's parents are saying that Kaylee never told us about a stalker. We would know if Kaylee had a stalker. Here's NewsNation talking about that there was a stalker. The fuck? Like, how often can NewsNation just pump out shit? And they're like, they just get up every morning, they just put on their pants, they put on their shirts, and they just go out there and fucking report on more motherfucking shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't fucking retract any of their statements. If I said the shit that they said, I would have no motherfucking viewership. The only reason I give them my viewership is to show you guys how fucking wrong they are. And this is what's being like presented as fact. You guys just like how I just whipped Jeff in a fucking shape. I love it. Sakura, welcome. Jennifer L, welcome. $5 super. Thank you. You are such an incredible inspiration for the value of truth. Thank you. Thank you for valuing. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's awesome. I kind of agree with that, you know. My favorite beautiful people. Member for 20 months. Thank you, T and Sapphire. Thank you. I do appreciate that. You've been around for a long time. What are you talking about with the Snapchat warrant? I must know now. Oh, you want to know about that, don't you? Well, let's talk about the Snapchat warrant, first of all. There were multiple Snapchat warrants issued in this case. Why wouldn't you just put all of the victims, surviving roommates, all just on one, and we just want all the Snapchat, right? They didn't do it that way. Instead, they did it a couple different ways. But the most important way that they did it that we should be concerned about is that they acted like they didn't get things that they needed back on time, and that they continued to seal off the records. And I would love to know when Ann Taylor specifically got those Snapchat returns. Let me tell you why. All right. Snapchat search warrants. There's a total of 3 of them. First of all, we want to question why 3 separate search warrants. Why were they separated for Maddie's? You know, why were they all together? Please take note of the dates requested for number 3, shortened time frame as opposed to the search warrant number 1. The name of the spelling in search warrant number 1, how each warrant was served is different. Snapchat search warrant number 1. For Madison Mogan, spelling of the first name, second account, a little different. August 1st, 2022 to 11/19/2022. Obtained from the, so I always wondered why they went to the 19th. You know, why did they go to 19th? Well, it could be for 2 reasons. They served the search warrant on that date, so that's just when they did it. They were able to obtain that search warrant on the 21st. And it was served via email, fax, email, etc. Snapchat returned the request on 11/29/2022, and it was sealed on 12/2. Snapchat number 2, Kaylee, Zana, Ethan, plus 3 redacted names. Now, why would the first Snapchat search warrant only feature Madison Mogan in terms of like let's think about it. remember how Steve was so pissed? Like, why can't you cowards just say who the fuck the target was? The target was Maddie, right? Was Maddie scared? Is that why Kaylee drove from fucking Coeur d'Alene? It wasn't about the goddamn car. It was like, hey, but this gives me an excuse to go see her, whatever. Why was the only search warrant for Snapchat issued for Maddie? Right? Why would then the other one be Kaylee, Zana, Ethan, plus 3 redacted names, which I'm guessing the 2 surviving and then a potential other, or it could be like 3, we don't know. But think about this. Kaylee, Zana, Ethan, plus 3 redacted names. And again, that was 11/21, Snapchat server 11/21, return 11/29. Then Snapchat warrant 3, Zana, Kaylee, Ethan, redacted name, DM, redacted name, BF, and Maddie. What the fuck? And that is now June 23rd to 8/1/2022. And that was obtained in March. And that was obtained after I love that date. That's what, after I said, hey, I have somebody that knows about all the Snapchat shit, and he wants to turn over his information. That's what I think that's about. What do you guys think that's about? Then they, on all 3 of those, like, why would you only go after Maddie's for the first one? Well, that would indicate that Maddie is the target, no? I just love the fact that one person in the whole damn university that was worth a damn came forward, turned over to me their Snapchat, showed that the Snapchat activity was hella fucking crazy, right? Then you guys find out I had to keep my mouth shut, right? Like, I'm not saying anything. Then we find out, oh my God, there's all these Snapchats that were deleted and everybody's doing this and this and this. And I'm like, woo, thank you. Thank you, Ann. It was about time that you fucking vindicated my ass. I was like, God damn it, Ann. When do I get vindicated on this shit? I give you my goddamn source. I give you my goddamn information. And here's Lana looking like she's just a lying piece of shit. Nope. Lana gets vindicated by none other than Josiah Roloff, the fucking expert among experts, to fucking say, whoa, they deleted all this shit. Whew. Thank God. Thank God. Vindication. Thank you. But then I was like, you know what? We need to go back and look. I was like, fuck, the Snapchat's got to be so important. What tipped them off on the Snapchats if it wasn't for Lana, right? It's because I didn't tip them off. I mean, I maybe did, but why would Maddie's like Snapchat be the only one that was done by itself? After hearing the way that they operate, if I put in this search warrant and I only give certain language for this one thing that I want, then that's just all I'm going to get. But if I put everything together and I just go for the fucking ham, the potatoes, and then I'm going to get all this information. But we have to isolate kind of Maddie's so we don't get that information. Maddie was the first person killed. So you should want to know everything about Maddie because it looks like Maddie was a target. Right? So think about that. If Maddie was the target, that would make sense where they isolated Maddie's Snapchat and that they just went for her Snapchat by itself in the beginning. Then they went for everybody's Snapchat on the next search warrant that was put in just right after it, right? And Steve knew that. Steve knew. And when he wants to say that somebody was acting strange leading up to the murders, he means Maddie. And Steve, I have no problem saying that. And I know that I'm right. You never have to tell me that I'm right. I know that I'm right. Because the only person that you would know that was acting strange, because you would have to know that person, is Maddie. That's 101 detective. You made it clear that the reason that Kaylee returned was she was asked to be a participant. And what you meant by that is Dylan asked her to be a participant at the that dance. And she also then showed Maddie the car. But what's interesting is that Maddie would be killed on that weekend when Kaylee was not supposed to be there. I don't believe that Kaylee was ever supposed to be there. I don't think the people that were doing whatever thought that Kaylee was going to be there.
Or if someone else brought that information to the police and Steve could corroborate it. Is that still unclear?
So I think there was confusion along the way, is what her parents told me. That I don't know if they were misquoted or how it actually came out, that the dad said there was a specific stalker, but he says that is not the case. There is not a specific person that they know of. It was more of just this general feel.
The Idaho4, the Red Flag Project, episode 6, If Locks Could Kill. If you go back and look at what news stories would break on the days of Dylan's interviews with law enforcement or the days right thereafter, it seems pretty obvious that someone was leaking something from those interviews. Yes, law enforcement to media. Now here on December 21st, 2022, our good buddy JLR would make his way out to Moscow, Idaho, and he attempted to interview the Vape guy. Yes, the store manager, just like NewsNation did, but he didn't have as much as a success as NewsNation did.
Police made no arrests.
Why was law enforcement running them from the stalker narrative?
Okay, so what I want us to all welcome in, saddle up. Now, perfect. Everyone just go like this. Don't chat. Please, 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 please. Just don't chat right now. I want you guys to listen to the first, what is it? Just let's see if we can listen to the first 10 minutes of this interview or this video. I am begging us to listen to the first 10 minutes of this with nobody chatting. Just put everything in caps and take us back to 2022. Ready? Here you go.
December 1st, this clip is from, as well as December 1st was the day that Dylan Mortensen was interviewed.
Did the bedroom doors of the 4 murdered University of Idaho students have electronic locks like this? A former tenant posted this photo and says all 6 bedrooms had combination locks. It's believed the students had a lock on their door similar to this. This is a keypad lock, and I'm
Truly not sure how mainstream media got it wrong, but there were no locks, padded locks on any of the doors of any of the bedrooms, and that had been known for quite some time.
Now, Kara, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
This is the interview that Ashley Banfield does with Zana's mother, December 1st, and then she broadcast bits and pieces on December 2nd and December 3rd, and then a little bit.
There is a mysterious sort of 4-hour and 45-minute block of time that's unaccounted for by the police timeline. The police say that your daughter Zana and her boyfriend Ethan were at the Sigma Chi house from 8 until 9 p.m., but then they don't have any information on where they were from 9 p.m. till 1:45 a.m. Do you know anything about that from either your information from the police or Ethan's family or anybody?
I may be candid in saying this, but I think that they were at a bar.
And where do you get that information from? Did someone tell you that they'd gone from the Sigma Chi house to a bar before they ended up home?
That's what their father conveyed to me, that he thought that they were at the bar at that night. So, yeah, I mean, that's what college kids do on the weekends. So.
But you don't know for sure that they left the Sigma Chi house, went to a bar.
This would make perfect sense as to why MPD kept this hush-hush and why Jeff told people that Zana stayed in and got pizza, because he was told not to release this information to the public because Ethan and Zana were, yes, underage and then being out in the bars.
On social media anymore without being some kind of weird stalker. So that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that that's what it was, though. I will be honest with you. I think it's closer than that. I think it's deeper than that. I think I think they have information that they're not giving us, and it's real fishy. That's what I will say.
When you say you think it goes deeper than that, what do you mean?
I mean, I think it was somebody closer than a stalker, and I don't know who. I'm not gonna specify anything like that. I'm just going to say I think that it's somebody, you know, and I think possibly they may have trusted. That's the only thing I can think of, because how could something like this happen so quickly, so quietly, so without any answer, unless it was somebody super close to them? You know what I mean?
Do you think the person who did this had been in that house before?
I think they knew them. I think they may have even been friends with them. I think it had to have been somebody close to them to have been able to get away with it like this.
Them. Every word that Kara's describing who did this was them. Not he, not she, them. 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 And this person that is uninformed in chat is not, she's trying to say Emma Bailey. I already tossed her. She thinks it's Emily. That's how uninformed she is. We're continuing on with life over here.
Just without, you know, it just doesn't make sense. None of this makes any sense. It had to have been somebody they trusted that was, you know what I mean? I mean,
somebody that they trusted. Somebody like a trustworthy person. Somebody who Dylan could text, or Maddie could text, or Kaylee could text for maybe a ride or some advice.
Somebody who knew the house well, somebody who knew them well.
Now, please keep in mind, when we fast forward to 2025, after the suppression hearings, we find out the dates of when Dylan Mortensen had interviews with law enforcement. And that would be November 13th, November 17th, December 1st, December 13th, and then finally December 30th.
She also said something very significant that none of us knew before, and that was that her daughter, Zana, likely had a lock on her bedroom door. Her mom believes that her bedroom door had a lock. And she also said that Zana's dad, Jeff, had just the week before this murder been at that house to fix a lock. Whether it was the lock on the bedroom door or an outside door to the house, that's unclear. But Zana's mom knows that Zana's dad had fixed a lock at that house just the week before. I want to bring back in Brian Enton, who has been on this case. Brian, you see the photo on the screen right now. On the left-hand side is an image of an inside lock on a bedroom door in the basement, in the lower floors. And the person who took that picture was the former tenant who moved out in 2009. And he told Fox Digital that his bedroom door had a coded lock, and that's the photo of it. He said every bedroom in that house had a coded lock on it. But if we look on the right-hand side, that's a recent picture from social media of the second floor bedroom across from the kitchen. And you can see that does not appear to be, at least in this picture, a coded lock. So it's possible that in the last 3 years, some of the bedrooms may have actually changed, but it is quite a development to hear definitely that Zana was on the second floor and that her mom believes she had that lock and her dad had worked on it a week prior, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time we've heard that, Ashley. So you know, I'm just trying to think this through here. A different lock, you know, is that a reason that the killer was possibly able to get into the room? Certainly possible, but just heartbreaking. I was listening to your whole interview so closely. Just heartbreaking to hear that mom speak for the first time. Very similar what she's saying to Kaylee's parents, who I spoke to a couple of hours ago. Just frustration that they don't have information, and frustration that you know that they say the police you know aren't keeping them updated as frequently.
So that is something that is new at this point. You know, obviously, Brian, tomorrow is the 3-week mark since those kids went out on a Saturday night, like all college kids do, and had a great time and got home at a pretty reasonable hour, you know, for college kids, 1:45 in the morning. And I'm sensing as well from the Gonsalves family, and I cannot imagine the pain that they are suffering, especially since they've been left in the dark. But they are starting to, their patience is giving way to frustration. It seemed pretty clear.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they, I mean, you heard what they said. I mean, they.
Please look at the clock. I want you guys to look at the clock there. That clock says 4:40, what, 1 or 2? That's either 4:41 or 2 in the morning, or that's 4:41 or 2 in the afternoon. Either way, that's a very interesting time that the house would just be fucking bumping like that. You guys see over here to the right? Wow, Lana, you just pay attention to everything, don't you? That's some crazy ass shit to me, that a house would be looking like that at 4:41, 4:42 a.m. in the morning, or in the night, or in the afternoon, or in the morning, or in the afternoon, or in the night, depending on how you look at your days.
They don't understand. Their main frustration tonight seemed that they just don't understand why some of the people are being cleared. They want to know what the alibis are. They're like, is it just a friend who said I saw them? I mean, they want to know what the crystal clear alibis are of why some of these people were cleared. Something else interesting, Ashley, because I heard Zana's mom bring it up, and you asked her about the stalker. I got some clarification tonight about that from Kaylee's family. They actually don't know of a specific stalker. Or that she was being stalked. But they did say something similar to what Zana's mom just told you, just that, you know, these were very, very pretty girls, and that it wouldn't surprise them if there was a stalker or people, you know, men following them around. But they did not know of a specific person.
Well, that's fascinating because the police said in a news conference when a reporter asked, where did you get the information about the stalker, you know, to start with? The police said it came up in interviews that they'd been conducting. They didn't say who in the interviews told them that Kaylee had a stalker, but Kaylee's dad, Steve, has revealed that Kaylee told her dad, Steve, that she had a stalker. So I'm trying to figure out if it was Steve who brought that information to the police and they've not been able to corroborate it, or if someone else brought that information to the police and Steve could corroborate it. Is that still unclear?
So I think there was confusion along the way, is what her parents told me. That I don't know if they were misquoted or how it actually came out, that the dad said there was a specific stalker, but he says that is not the case. There is not a specific person that they know of. It was more of just this general feel.
The Idaho4, the Red Flag Project, episode 6, If Locks Could Kill. If you go back and look at what news stories would break on the days of Dylan's interviews with law enforcement or the days right thereafter, it seems pretty obvious that someone was leaking something from those interviews. Yes, law enforcement to media. Now here on December 21st, 2022, our good buddy JLR would make his way out to Moscow, Idaho, and he attempted to interview the Vape guy. Yes, the store manager, just like NewsNation did, but he didn't have as much as a success as NewsNation did.
Police made no arrests.
Why was law enforcement running them from the stalker narrative, only to then push it in their probable cause affidavit?
Like I said, they probably I'd say 4
went in there to try to speak and get some clarity from the vape shop. The manager spoke to another person there, but this is the encounter.
This is going to be vital for the defense here. They shut down the stalker narrative. Shut down by the parents, by all the parents. By even fucking mainstream media / YouTubers like this, right? They shut down the clown of Vapor Town. Right here. Cafe de Vapor. They shut him down. Meaning, like, I don't know if he just wanted 10 minutes of fame, 4 minutes of fame, whatever. When JLR put his big dick up on the fucking, he smashed it on the wall. He said, I want to interview you. Motherfucker went and ran. He would handle the softy in the NewsNationese, but he could not. Oh my God, that's JLR. Oh my God, no way. He's not going to throw some softballs my way. That's why I love JLR, because he's just going to fucking say what it is.
I had. Check it out.
So I want to know more about the stalking situation. Oh, he doesn't want to talk. Do you want to talk? Okay. You got a fly? You want to fly?
They didn't want to talk. So was that just an exclusive interview with NewsNation that they gave a contract between them not to talk to anyone else but NewsNation, Brian Enton, or did the Vape manager see that his face was plastered all over the news after he gave the interview, and people might have been questioning that, or he basically didn't want the exposure that he thought he was going to get. I'm just going to show you this vape shop. At the very least, he's claiming that the girls came into this vape shop here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is closed. But that is, let's see, all the vapes.
In closing, check out this last clip. I was stunned when I saw November 23rd, 2022 as the production date. Someone told law enforcement as early as at least November 23rd, 2022, that Kaylee had a stalker. Yes, before 11/23/2022. Who was that person? It has come out that it came out in an interview that was had between law enforcement and a person that they interviewed. It has to be in reports because it came from an interview. Again, this date would also be the last ever police public press conference until the arrest of Ryan Koberger. Remember, Dylan was interviewed a second time on 11/17/2022, and then a third time on 12/1/2022.
I'll remind you guys what I'm saying right now. Hold on. Before we get to that, I just want you, like, please put down your fingers. Put down your guns. No, put down your motherfucking fingers and listen to what I'm trying to correlate here. JLR goes to town. Can't get anybody to say anything. Dude is running away. Nothing to be said here, right? Okay. So fuck all of that, right? Like, fuck all, right? But this dude seriously said that somebody was like following these girls, had been following these girls. Who are the people that were following these girls? Why were they scared? Like, somebody has to answer that, right? JLR goes there to be like, hey, can I get some information? He gets shut down. But the dates are what mattered. Ready? Here we go.
That is, let's see, all the vapes.
In closing, check out this last clip. I was stunned when I saw November 23rd, 2022 as the production date. Someone told law enforcement as early as at least November 23rd, 2022, that Kaylee had a stalker. Yes, before 11/23/2022. Who was that person? It has come out that it came out in an interview that was had between law enforcement and a person that they interviewed. It has to be in reports because
So who do you think the defense is looking like? You have to look at all the stuff from the defense standpoint, right? They're going through all of these reports that are in the discovery. Okay. Who reported in discovery, in the tips that you guys made a report of, that Kaylee had a goddamn stalker? Who was Kaylee's stalker? Who were any of these girls stalkers? All right, this is what the defense is trying to tell y'all in that motherfucking hearing that we just had. So I brought up a video that I made before the hearing ever was made, ever happened. There's a video that I've had. I was like, this is a red flag right here for me. And then here it's going to come out that we're talking about third-party culpability. So let's talk about third-party culpability.
It came from an interview. Again, this date would also be the last ever police public press conference until the arrest of Brian Koberger. Remember, Dylan was interviewed a second time on 11/17/2022, and then a third time on 12/1/2022.
Now check this out. Wild shit.
In a desperate search for answers, police in Idaho say they've received hundreds of pieces of information regarding one of the murder victims, Kaylee Gonzalez, potentially having a stalker.
You hope to provide clarity in the near future in regards to Kaylee potentially having a stalker.
Yeah, that whole situation, it's a whole nother dynamic of this investigation. And so that's something obviously that we're looking at.
But this morning, authorities say they have not been able to verify or identify one. This comes as police receive other tips from the community, like surveillance video.
Other tips from the community. You guys, it is right there. Lana Oriani blasting it for the nation. Red flag project number 6, baby. Not been able to verify or identify a stalker. Receiving other tips from the community at this very crucial time, right? Very crucial time. This is a very crucial time. Very fucking crucial time here. And Taylor knows it's a very crucial time that y'all could identify a stalker, but during this period of time, names came through that fucking blew the fucking doors off my motherfucking roof. And Taylor shaking it for your ass, baby. I had to pat my own toe on that. What?
Which could help investigators piece together a timeline leading to the gruesome stabbing deaths of Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Shanna Coronado, and Ethan Chapin at this off-campus home.
but I can show you what you're missing.
Another potential lead for detectives, videos like these of the students posted to Kaylee's TikTok. They could help in the investigation. This one showing her, Maddie, and Shanna seen along with their surviving roommates whose faces we've blurred. One of the last videos posted shows Kaylee and Maddie, lifelong best friends.
In a case like this, though, where the victims and the survivors were all so active on social media, is that helpful to the investigation to learn about them and their friends and their lives?
Well, I think it's both helpful and it also just enlarges the investigation overall. It just has more people for us to try and contact and try and get information on the evening in question and just be able to do a full analysis and review of the case.
The restaurant where Shanna and Maddie worked, the Mad Greek, has reopened. Their coworkers left devastated and afraid.
It's hard for them to want to come back to work because they don't necessarily feel safe here. They don't know who it was that did this.
On campus, state police increasing visibility for the foreseeable future, and the university now saying it will offer remote learning for the rest of the semester as some students worry about returning after fall break.
We're over.
There it is, guys. People are talking about not returning after fall. Wait, returning? We gotta lose our money. We can't lose our money. We can't lose our money.
Week away from these murders. At this point, there's really more questions than answers. What do you have to say to this community that does seem to be on edge right now?
So I've been out in the community and I've talked to people. As we're getting dinner, as we're getting coffee, we talk to people, and there's fear in this community. But as well, there's trust in the police department that they know that this work is being done. The community has patience. Other people don't.
The community has patience. Other people don't. Steve, that was such a dig on your ass, and I can't believe that you didn't lay up into that motherfucker. I would throw fucking Mr. Aaron Snell top shelf all day if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's certainly true. And police say that, while people have left town, those that are connected to this case remain very cooperative. And Michael, they also want to assure everybody that this investigation will continue at a rigorous pace throughout this Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, we know that they're
The
doing everything.
Red Flag Project, episode 6. Make sure you guys go ahead there and fast forward. And then, after you rewind, and on 11/17 or 12/1, those are the only two possible dates of when Dylan Mortensen was showed pictures of Brian Culver, according to the suppression hearing. States Exhibit S1 and S2, Ashley Jennings oral arguing. And ladies
And the reason I said that is due to the fact of the probable cause affidavit's order of, the chronological order of it. How could Dylan Mortensen say that she did not recognize Brian Culver before they served a search warrant on Brian Culver's shit, y'all? Okay. They totally misplaced Dylan Mortensen's statements of that she didn't recognize Brian. She didn't recognize the perp. Well, that didn't come until 12:30. You know what I mean? Get fucked. And her name is not Shanna. Her name is Zana, you bitches out there in mainstream media land.
and gentlemen, that is far too soon to be showing Dylan Mortensen pictures of Brian Culver unless he wasn't figured out some other way, even for IGG. Through the Transparency thanks you. Please do your part by subscribing and liking the video. Home Team Productions.
All right, guys, what do you think? You guys want my opinion? I'm going to give you my opinion. I got another one for you. I hid that one from the viewership. Here's my next one for you guys.
Your Honor, our position is that the court should suppress the IGG identification and everything that flows from that. This is supported by 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution, due process, Article 1, Section 17 of the Idaho Constitution. Your Honor, there was no warrant for several phases of the search that led to the IGG work, investigative genetic genealogy. And we think every single one of those stages, a warrant was required, none was given, and so this must be suppressed. Your Honor, I'd like to identify the 3 stages, and they are when Idaho State Police Forensics Lab, through Moscow Police Department, moved a DNA sample to Othram Laboratories to develop a profile to run through genetic genealogy investigations. There was no warrant for that search for a SNP profile that could be used to attempt to identify somebody. The next stage would be when that was transferred to the FBI for their forensic investigative genetic genealogy work to try to identify somebody. No warrant was in place for that work either. Finally, there was a trash pool in Pennsylvania, and there was no warrant for that trash pool either. All 3 of those stages of this case, there should have been a warrant, and there wasn't, and this must be suppressed.
And do you know approximately how many warrants you worked on in this case?
I don't, ma'am. Several. I don't know the exact number.
I'm going to...
Offices with doors, but in the same second floor of the Moscow Police Department.
Are you aware of Special Agent Balance in his work in doing AT&T records, having any access to AT&T records without a warrant?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Are you aware of him having any ability to review AT&T records through any portal without a warrant?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Do you have, when you say that it was provided to him, to Special Agent Balance, is that because...
Let me play it one more time!
Are you aware of Special Agent Balance in his work in doing AT&T records, having any access to AT&T records without a warrant?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Are you aware of him having any ability to review AT&T records through any portal without a warrant?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Do you have, when you say that it was provided to him, to Special Agent Balance, is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anybody else that you relied on for that other than Special Agent Balance? Is that because you don't have the balance in his work in doing AT&T records, having any access
for that work either. Finally, there was a trash pool in Pennsylvania, and there was no warrant for that trash pool either. All 3 of those stages of this case, there should have been a warrant, and there wasn't, and this must be suppressed.
And do you know approximately how many warrants you worked on in this case?
I don't, ma'am. Several. I don't know the exact number.
I'm going to...
Offices with doors, but in the same second floor of the Moscow Police Department.
Are you aware of Special Agent Balance in his work in doing AT&T records, having any access to AT&T records without a warrant?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Are you aware of him having any ability to review AT&T records through any portal without a warrant?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Do you have, when you say that it was provided to him, to Special Agent Balance, is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yes, ma'am.
He's gone!
Was there anybody else that you relied on for
they
that?
chopped him off the nuts!
You don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yeah.
Prior to this case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
Prior to this case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
Prior to this case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, please. Fold them, let them hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. I love it. Love game, intuition, play the cards with spades to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? You guys haven't heard about this video yet? Well, shit, I did this shit back weeks ago. Let me think. After the suppression hearing, I was like, damn, I'm gonna leave a little nut here, and I'm gonna see who's gonna woo! Ray is about to fucking slam on that ass! Woo! Shit's popping off in fucking Moscow and Ada County! No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt. No doubt.
Your Honor, our position is that the court should suppress the IGG identification and everything that flows from it. This is supported by 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution, due process, Article 1, Section 17 of the Idaho Constitution. Your Honor, there was no warrant for several phases of the search that led to the IGG work, investigative genetic genealogy. And we think every single one of those stages, a warrant was required, none was given, and so this must be suppressed. Your Honor, I'd like to identify the 3 stages, and they are when Idaho State Police Forensics Lab, through Moscow Police Department, moved a DNA sample to Othram Laboratories to develop a profile to run through genetic genealogy investigations. There was no warrant for that search for a SNP profile that could be used to attempt to identify somebody. The next stage would be when that was transferred to the FBI for their forensic investigative genetic genealogy work to try to identify somebody. No warrant was in place for that work either. Finally, there was a trash pool in Pennsylvania, and there was no warrant for that trash pool either. All 3 of those stages of this case, there should have been a warrant, and there wasn't, and this must be suppressed.
And do you know approximately how many warrants you worked on in this case?
I don't, ma'am. Several. I don't know the exact number.
I'm going to...
Offices with doors, but in the same second floor of the Moscow Police Department.
Are you aware of Special Agent Balance in his work in doing self AT&T records, having any access to AT&T records without a warrant?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Are you aware of him having any ability to review AT&T records through any portal without a warrant?
Not to my knowledge, no. As soon as it was received.
What do you think she just asked right there? She just asked Payne if he had any knowledge to what Ray would eventually write in an affidavit. Right? Right. Oh my God, right. Oh my God.
Do you have, when you say that it was provided to him, to Special Agent Balance, is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Boom! What happened on that? Remember when I told you, oh my God, Hitler, he's thinking about it. He's oh wait, wasn't that in the affidavit? Wasn't that in Exhibit A? And Ann played dumb, well, yeah, that's all. Yeah, we're going to get to that down the road here for a minute, but you know what I'm saying. God, I love fucking idiots.
Was there anybody else that you relied on for that other than Special Agent Balance? Is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Do you know what just happened right there? It's like Officer Payne just said that I relied on, Special Agent Balance to tell me how all of this shit worked, and that's how I wrote up my affidavit. That's what just happened right there. So, like, the way that you wrote all this up is because Officer Payne was right there, and he just took the information from, Special Agent Balance, because Detective Payne's a fucking idiot, right? So they just clipped their motherfucking nuts off in that suppression hearing. Clipped their nuts off because y'all want to lie? Well, we're going to clip your nuts off at that 5 degree a year, This is insanity. Is that right? This is the remix to Ann Taylor's assassination of the fucking prosecution. Everybody, Lana, what's your opinion? This is my motherfucking opinion, right motherfucking here. I get so many goddamn emails. Lana, what's your opinion? I tell you guys my opinion every night. Read through the fucking, read it right here. Boom. Truth, transparency. Lana's opinion is what? They lied. They fucking lied. And now they're going to get bent over like a bunch of bitches. You want to lie? Okay, let's go. Let's roll.
Your Honor, our position is that the court should suppress the IGG identification and everything that flows from that. This is supported by 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution, due process, Article 1, Section 17 of the Idaho Constitution. Your Honor, there was no warrant for several phases of the search that led to the IGG work, investigative genetic genealogy. And we think every single one of those stages, a warrant was required, none was given, and so this must be suppressed. Your Honor, I'd like to identify the 3 stages, and they are when Idaho State Police Forensics Lab, through Moscow Police Department, moved a DNA sample to Othram Laboratories to develop a profile.
And moved a dick up in everybody's ass on the prosecution side when she spoke these words. And then when Elisa Mathis, who I so respect and love, came up and asked Payne, he's just like, what do you think about, so that means you didn't have the technology to know any of this. You didn't know anything about this. So you relied on who? Special Agent Balance is who I relied on to write that probable cause affidavit. Oh, you just toe tagged everybody, didn't you, motherfucker? Yeah, you did.
To run through genetic genealogy investigations. There was no warrant for that search for a SNP profile that could be used to attempt to identify somebody. The next stage would be when that was transferred to the FBI for their forensic investigative genetic genealogy work to try to identify somebody. No warrant was in place for that work either. Finally, there was a trash pool in Pennsylvania, and there was no warrant for that trash pool either. All 3 of those stages of this case, there should have been a warrant, and there wasn't, and this must be suppressed.
And do you know approximately how many warrants you worked on in this case?
I don't, ma'am. Several. I don't know the exact number.
I'm going to...
Offices with doors, but in the same second floor of the Moscow Police Department.
Are you aware of Special Agent Balance in his work in doing AT&T records, having any access to AT&T records without a warrant?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Are you aware of him having any ability to review AT&T records through any portal without a warrant?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Not to my knowledge, no.
As soon as it was received.
Do you have, when you say that it was provided to Special Agent Balance, is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anybody else that you relied on for that other than Special Agent Balance? Is that because you don't have the capacity, technical skills, I guess, to review that raw data and do something with it?
Yes, ma'am.
I made this motherfucking video months ago because I wanted to dig into fucking Hitler's motherfucking titty ass eyes and see how close them eyes were just bouncing off in his fucking waggly ass fucking phalanges.
Prior to this case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
Playoffs? You think this is playoffs?
This case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
There you go, Jay, baby. Flex that dick.
Prior to this case, had you ever prepared an Apple warrant?
I don't remember.
What was your training related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. After Bill just fucking buries his fucking head in his own dick. I don't remember. I bet you fucking do, you fucking lying sack of shit. But that's okay. We got your ass. Don't worry. There's Mr. Nye in the background giving a handy over there to Maori saying, it's all right. Is that right? Is that right?
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
Getting fucking ass slammed.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
I'm fucking lit and pissed. I'm so fucking sick and tired of these lying ass motherfuckers. I brought it tonight. You think Cyray wrote that shit for no fucking reason? It's a setup, bitches. Nick Balance is fucking curtains.
Like they do in Texas. Hold them, let them hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. I love it. Love game, intuition, play the cards of space.
I called this shit months ago, bitches.
Play the one that's on his heart.
Right there at the end, I just love that part right there when Lady Gaga comes in and she just lets us all know that she's like fucking meaning some business.
How was
shit.
the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
You just left your ass. He took tag too. What? Okay. I'm gonna get struck tonight.
They do in Texas, please. Fold them, let them hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. I love it. Love game, enjoy.
And Taylor's gonna give me a lap dance to that song. Is that right, Miss Taylor? Is that right? They're like, man, are you crazy?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
What was your
I can't
training
remember.
related to Apple warrants in December of 2022?
I had no official training at that time.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
How was the DeSales email account known at that date?
I don't remember.
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, please.
All right, guys, I'll answer some questions. Any questions? Any questions? Well, God, man, you told us this a long time ago. But yeah, I put it all in a remix video. Sure did. That's just gonna come out. Kim, how you doing, girl? You amaze me. Oh, you know that's right. Vonda, what's good, girl? Thank you for all you do research. Oh God, I was at the library all day today. I was taking myself to limit. Take it to the limit one more time. Linda Brains, could you please give us an alternative? Oh God, I believe they are protecting the Greeks. I do. Greeks make 60% of the. I'm following the money. The circumstantial evidence against DM is stronger than that of BK. I mean, I don't know about that. I just know we got to look into it. You know what I mean? We have a sheath there that has his DNA on it, and I think it's the state's job to figure out why his DNA is on a sheath, but nothing else. You know. So they just went straight to like he's the killer, and I just think that they jumped the gun. I think Ann Taylor is fucking rock solid. I think that everybody on her team is rock solid. I think that they have integrity. I think that they're following the evidence and they're following their clients. I mean, I think he believes in his innocence. So I think that Mathis is like his mom. You know what I mean? In a way, she's just so passionate about like, what the fuck are you like? You want to talk about somebody fighting for somebody's like your person? Like, she's doing a really good job of that. I don't know if he is innocent or guilty. I have no idea, but I just know that this investigation and this whole sham is shit. And if he is guilty and he walks because they suck at their jobs over there in Idaho, then that's fucking a travesty. Because like I said, I love Christy and Steve, and like think about this. If Brian was to be acquitted, then what? Are they going to arrest somebody else? Like that never happens. So their kid never gets justice. You know what I'm saying? And even he could be the one. I just think that he was, I don't know. It just seemed like he was barking up the right, tree, and then that shit got shut down. That's all. That's all. Let's see. Thank you, typically unique. Hold on. Thank you. Lana, who do you think the tip came from on the alternate? I don't think that. What I mean, she means that like it's just like they could say it's tips, but I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. What do you think about Goer's family living 25 minutes from Delphi? Oh shit. I don't know about anything about that. So that's crazy if that's true. Like the last name, that's crazy. Oh, did I bring it? Okay, good. I agree with people on this one. If BK is so smart, then why would he ever take his own car to do a crime? I'm gonna give it up to you on that one. I told you guys we got access to here. I'll show you guys. God damn it! Come on, Hector, come here. Oh, let's see. Check this out. Crime scene. I got the whole 192 pages, right? I've gone through it all. This is the property of the Idaho State Police Forensics Services Internet Copy. There we go. Just have no problem telling you guys where I get my shit. You guys have cell phones out there, right? I'm going to do something for you, right? Okay, here. Get your cell phone out. Get up out of bed. I want you to be part of this. Ready? Go ahead and take a picture. Take a picture. There you go. I'm going to put it. And this way you guys can be part of the help process, okay? Take a screenshot. All right, and then take a screenshot. Okay. Now take a screenshot. There you go. Just do your thing. Like I'm just gonna like, and then like this. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Yeah, we guys can go back and like look at it all. Look at that. It's like porn, man. Woo! I'm going to show you guys the best part about it. Look at that. I fucked an officer to get this. Totally gave this. I was like, hey, can I get a copy of that? You know what I'm talking about. Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit. Just do what I gotta do. I was like, hey, can I get your copy? What do I gotta do to get that copy? What do I gotta do to get that copy? I'll talk dirty to you. Oh, talk dirty to me. Let's talk about this one right here. Crime scene investigation methodology. There is no one right way to process a crime scene, according to that of state police. The methodology, or the methods, and the order in which those methods are employed are determined by the particulars of the scene and the experience of the CSIs. I mean, we have the, okay. The purpose of processing the crime scene is to collect as much information and evidence as possible in a pristine condition as possible. Evidence collection is more than the physical collection of items from the scene. So we should not be bringing up no U-Haul and just transporting that shit the fuck up out of here. Cataloging the interrelationships of which and where items are in the scene, noting their physical layout of the scene, and documenting observations of things that cannot be physically collected are an integral part of collecting evidence. Can you fucking believe it? So why the fuck are we messing with it before we document it? Content and context of the crime scene are both important aspects. This is Idaho State Police rules, and over here, Ann Taylor is losing her ass up into fucking Hitler's ass to say, have you lost your motherfucking ass? They didn't preserve the crime scene. Then they want to have a dollhouse, and we're supposed to just be like, okay, sure. So I went ahead and we obtained this a while ago. What do you guys want to know about it? I memorized this shit. What do you want to know? What the fuck you want to know about this shit? Tell me what part of it you want to know about it. Here, documenting. You want to talk about documenting? I love documents. Let's talk about the documenting aspect of this fucking bullshit. Documentation includes written recordings of observations, photographs of policy. Let's go to this part. In this way, documentation of observations should be proceeded. Oh, wait. What? We got to get the photographs. I mean, come on. This is fucking ridiculous. They didn't do any of this shit, man. File this whole law. I cannot wait for their asses to get bent up in, this is I have 192 pages, but I only wanted specific pages to show you guys that. Here we go. How about this one? If during processing of the scene, areas are significantly altered, the application of blood, reactive chemicals, or damage, cutting out of a section of drywall. You guys remember that part? Photographs of the altered, damaged areas should be taken prior to leaving the scene. They better have this shit. Okay? I have everything to strap their asses to their asses. All right? I said, hey, Ann, I'm not sure if you got this manual. I mean, I'm sure you got it, but this is just me fluffing it to you. 192 pages. Got it all. What do you guys want to know about? Tell me. Tell me what part you want to know about. How do you think that this should have been handled? What part do you think should have been handled a certain way? How about latent goddamn shoot? You guys want to talk about latent processing? Let me tell you that you're allowed to process the scene at the scene with certain things, right? So why the fuck did you need to go back there to process things that you've already processed? I'm telling you that things were processed twice. I can promise you that. I know it's happened. Based off of the methodologies of, you know, their dicks and their asses. Based off of their own shit. Let's see what else I think is worth a damn. Let's see. Let's see this. I got so much shit up on my desk. I couldn't even tell you. Oh, speaking of which, let me see what this is all about. What's this one about? Oh, yeah. I buried my case. I won my case. My case. There you go. That's how I feel about it. Lana, you're the shit girl. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. I don't. Trust me. I just beats my own drums. Trust me. Even when people tell me I'm like not the shit, I'm like, you wish you were spelling my not the shit. You fucking dumbasses. And it gets me like into like Little Kim. I love Little Kim back in the day, you know? And I was like, oh man, I used to love that bitch. I'm probably gonna get so fucking struck for this shit.
If he the type to peck him, I bet you Biggie bust him. He probably tried to fuck him. I told him not to trust him. Lyrically, I dust him. Off like flesh, hit hard like sledgehammers. Bitch with that platinum grill. I am a diamond cluster hustler. Queen bitch, supreme bitch. Kill a nigga for my nigga by any means, bitch. Murder scene bitch, clean bitch.
Disease-free bitch, bitch.
I write a rhyme, melt in your mouth like M&M's.
Check this shit out right here. Don't get struck. We need you. No, I didn't mean just get struck. Like, I'll just take care of it on the back end. Don't you worry about that. Okay, take a look here. I believe the 7.2 has something to do with the sheath, right? So there may be, and so I was looking into these circumstances, which an item from a crime scene should be processed in the laboratory instead of the field. Even though it is not being processed for a particular discipline in which a laboratory examination would normally take place, this may be due to the delicate nature of the item. And I said, interesting, because this is what I believe would be like the sheath. So there may be like, I mean, what's up? So look at 7.2 of Idaho State Police Forensics Laboratory and Forensic Examination. This again is, I have 190 pages, but this is like, I picked the most pertinent information to kind of show you guys. That shit. Okay. Remember when they moved the vehicles? I'm just curious to see if they actually process these vehicles before they move them. When processing a vehicle, moving the vehicle to a controlled environment garage bay should be considered and discussed. This may allow processing to continue. That was on the same day that Brian Koberger's vehicle was found out. If you go by the, what was it? The probable cause affidavit. So I'm curious on all of that shit. Like, I'm curious why they said, hey, this is the day that we are moving the cars. So, again, I'm a timeline person. Let's see. Okay. Let's talk about the dollhouse, right? Let's talk about measures. So assessing These are the 6 actions. Ready? Before any action is taken on the crime scene, the CSI should assess the circumstances in order to decide on a proper course of action. This assessment includes resource determination, risks, and tasks/procedures determination. This assessment, also known as a walkthrough, should encompass time, conditions, life, property, personal, and any pertinent. Oh, I love pertinent information. Measures. Such measures may include prioritizing collection or use of protective measures that also prevent contamination. Well, that's kind of funny because all y'all motherfuckers were, what was it called? Just letting shit fall on the ground and then just putting it back on and then going inside. They took zero measures on any of this shit. I don't believe any of it. I watched it all live. Hank's gaslighting. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Kylie, money saved on a house cleaner again. Thank you. You're just like, I'm going to listen to Lana. Just brush it all up. Well, send me a picture of that house because I want to know how much damage I've done. Thank you. Bluebird 71111 hearts all over. Thank you so much, Bluebird. Appreciate that. Chasing justice system. $20 for $1. Thank you for talking or taking one for the team. I'm taking money over here for the team. I wish I could tell you guys about a story that happened the other day, but I would get in a lot of trouble. So one day I will reveal. I tried to buy, I'll just tell you guys. I tried to buy food. I was like, listen, the defense team needs some food. Let me just buy some food, like Panera. I'm like a big Panera person, right? Fuck, they got people sending them God knows what. They're like, this bitch trying to kill somebody. I'm like, wait a second. Is this for real? I can't send the damn defense team a piece of fucking sushi? How about a piece of fucking pussy? I mean, get the fuck out of here. They're like, yeah, no. Like, they're just going to throw it the fuck away. And I'm like, well, goddamn, I'm going to go to the bar then. I'm not going to buy them a piece of poison. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who is sending them fucking poison that I can't send them goddamn food? You guys are some shit bastards out there, okay? You know, the fuck is going on? I swear to God, it's the truth. I said, sugar tits, you know, Lisa Samantha, she's always smiling, right? And I was like, let me just take that smile away with something sour. Let me send her some sourdough bread with some like broccoli cheddar soup all up in that shit. You know, it was like a joke. And I was going to put, here's something to take your, you know, like, oh God, no. If you send anybody food, they're going to come and cuff your ass. Then like check you out, find out why the fuck you would ever send somebody food. And I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, you people in Idaho are nuts, man. So this song goes out to the girls that answer all the phones when Lana calls, and they're like, probably like, oh, this is dumb bitch from Truth and Transparency again. So this one's for you guys, because I don't think you guys think I'm a dumb bitch, but you guys are like, oh, it's Truth and Transparency. You know, here you go.
Run up any nighttime, cause he drunk off the Henny and Remy. I didn't mind when he fucked me from behind, it felt fine. Especially when he used to grind. He was a trick when I sucked his dick. He used to pass me bricks, credit cards and shit. Suck him to sleep. I took the keys to the Jeep. Tell him I'll be back. Go fuck with some other cats. Flirting, getting numbers in the summer. Whole hop, raw top, and my man's dropped in his homie Jim. He's screaming, give me. Lay me on my back, busting nuts all in me. After 10 times we fucked, I think I bust twice. He was nice, kept my neck filled with ice.
All right, let's take a vote here. Put a 1 in chat if you think Ann Taylor even knows this song. Put a 2 in chat if you think nobody in the law firm knows this song. Let's be honest. It's an original. It's a throwback. You think that Ann Taylor's team knows this song? 1 yes, 2 no. What do you think? We got some 1s. We got a 2. We got 1s and 2s. Oh, we should set them Borgs instead. So, what's your favorite like pump up song? Like if you like try to get like pumped, like what song do you go to in life? I know what song Dylan goes to, no doubt about it. I already figured her out. Oh, we got totally one. Oh, we got a halvesy in there. I like that one. That's a halvesy. I'm still reading. That's a halvesy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready.
Weezy, baby.
Okay, so Detective Payne is in the house. I was waiting for him to come. And he told me that his song of choice is WAP. So if I play WAP, will Detective Mowry come up and tell us? I will share the link. If he will tell us why he lied to the community if I play WAP. What do you think? But while we are enjoying Detective Mowry's thought process, and if he's going to take me up on the offer, this is no doubt 100% Dylan Mortenson's walk-up song when she takes the stand. Truth and Transparency will be playing it. No doubt about it. Here it is. It is Lil Wayne, Fireman.
Weezy, baby.
Do now.
You can spark it up and I'ma put you out. You can spark it up and I'ma put you out. Ain't nobody fucking with me, man. Key-man, ski-man, spending next week's
Oh my God, did they just say ski mask? No way. You guys know about this, right? Is that right, Miss Taylor? Tell me about that shit, Miss Taylor.
You can spark it up and I'ma put you out.
Ain't nobody fucking with me, man. Ski mask.
What?
Oh my God, this is really it really says it. I wish Ashley Jennings would get the fuck up on here. Ashley, where you at, girl? Come on now. Let's go, Jennings. It's Pussville Jennings for you. Let's go, Mowry.
for fireman. I got that fire, I'm hollering. I got that fire coming to me. And you can spark it up and I'ma put you out. You can spark it up and I'ma put you out. Ain't nobody fucking with me, man. Keyman, ski man, spending next week's cash. He fast, and I don't even need a G-Pass. I'm past it. I'm passing them out now, and you can't have that. And my chain too can't sell that. Triple colors, you can't match that. Gotta be abstract. You catch my girl legs open, better smash that. Don't be surprised if she asks for the cash check. I see she wearing them jeans that show her butt crack. My girls can't wear that. Why?
Cause where my stash at?
I put my Mac down. That's where you lack at. She need a candle lit, and I'ma wax that. I rekindled the flame. She remembered the name. This busy baby January.
Wouldn't you guys die if fucking Dylan came up here and be like, listen, Lana, I love you to death, but you gotta stop playing this shit. Yes. Detective Mowry dipped up into Mass's ass and was like, okay, girl, whatever you want, I got you. Anyways, I believe that we're okay, guys. I do. California loves shit. I haven't heard those Tupac's. Like Tupac's hits. Tupac's, nothing but the hits, nothing but the hits. Oh, no. Where you at, Detective Mowry? You little pussy ass bitch. Yeah. He's like, don't call me out tonight. Anyways, guys, that's my show tonight. I want to say thank you so much. Listen. We're going to see some bombs. I threw it back. I want to show you guys some shit. And want to let everybody know that Brian's name got thrown into the mix legit because nothing was there. They didn't even try to nothing with the blood. They only put in the sheath that they found touching half of. Why? Why would anybody fucking do that, right? Why wouldn't you put all of the profiles in there? Why would you let this idiot testify and act like he doesn't know shit, right? And oh, I let this person do this. Well, guess what? When it comes down to Ann Taylor saying that all I need to do is talk to FBI Special Agent Balance, I do not think this is going to go any further because I don't think that Balance is going to back up the Moscow Police Department because I don't think that Balance is going to lose his motherfucking career and job. And this is why I think that I feel the most special feelings for the family because the FBI is going to fuck them. Because somebody lied to them. That's it. I thought you called me out, boo. No, I told you to get dressed, baby, but that's okay. We'll take care of our shit in the bedroom. Keep your pants on. I'll be there in a second. Or drop trow now. Doesn't matter. I just think that mainstream media has gone a little quiet. Way more quiet than they normally. You know, like after a suppression hearing or after this type of a hearing, you guys are just like, we're like all like the, oh God, here, this is what happened. Here, this is what happened. Here, this is what happened. I don't see it like that. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that at all or no? Is it just me? Maybe I just like blocked them all. I don't know. You guys tell me. I think that mainstream media's ran away a little bit. What do you guys think? You know, and I want to show everybody that this is the book I bought. Cellular Forensics, the First Responders. Tom Slavinsky, baby! Where's my boy Tom, baby? Tom getting some love up in this motherfucker. Look at that. Use protect. Every time I open up the book, I'm like, use protection, Tom. Well, you do realist, yeah. I got to keep it real. This was like the best way. Like I went to the law library and I was like, everything that I researched is so boring. Like, go back to show people what the fuck y'all talked about 2 months ago to say that this was like all like Ann Taylor set this up. It's all good. Oh fuck, Maury wants to pop us in. Detective, how you doing tonight?
Captain now right now.
Where you been?
I'm actually outside working in my yard.
Oh, were you mowing it?
I did yesterday, pulling weeds tonight.
Oh, what do you think about my new book I got, Detective?
I love it.
Wait, you like that?
So it's an
It's pretty
interesting
stellar.
topic.
You think that's stellar right there?
I like that guy.
Well, I have something for you. I promised you something, and I always
Okay.
keep my promises when it comes to detectives because I do not want to get handcuffed.
Nudes? Are you sending nudes?
Yeah, I just I want to. I got something for you.
I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game.
Hell yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it
All right, be honest. Do you think that Ashley Jennings could ever say that and like somebody's like, "Fuck yeah, tag team me in"?
No. Fuck.
No, no fucking way, right? Like Ashley Jennings says that shit. You are dry. You're not okay. You're either dry.
Her pussy smells like pork rinds and pickle farts. So
Oh, pickle farts, even better. So, what if could you ever see like Ann Taylor walking up to you being like, "Hey, I just put this in the jukebox for us."
I get down with it.
Detective Maury is like, I'm bailing the prosecution to go bang Ann
She's
Taylor.
a bitch in the courtroom.
All right, I'm gonna. I think you. Okay, I want to play 4 songs. I want to see if you can name them. Okay, ready?
If I can like name the song or the artist or both.
Either one. I'll give you a chance. Either
All
one.
right.
Okay, ready? Here's the first one.
Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that. She working that back. I
Don't know how to act. Motion for me.
Who do you get?
They actually played this at my 8th grade dance. Swear to God.
Okay. Okay.
That was
what
when
do
it
you
was
got?
popular.
Okay, that's been a while there, Detective. This is what we
yeah.
get down to, man.
Oh,
Come on.
God damn it.
Come on, man.
It's not the lock.
No, fuck no. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's been a lot. It's like that was like 1997 or 1998 when
probably
I
like 2000, but that's fine. It's fine. We can get down.
I knew the words to the song. I just can't remember who was singing it. Let's do next one.
Yeah, next. We're gonna next.
Next, pass. Is that Rihanna?
Yeah, you silly bitch. Yeah, you said Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's right.
Riri's my jam, you know?
Oh yeah, does she get you in the right ways? Have you ever jacked off to her?
No.
Okay.
Not to Riri.
She doesn't get up in that beard?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
It's too hot. It carries a lot of liquid.
All right. Here's an old school one. I'll give you a pass if you don't know it because it's like totally old school. Okay, here you go.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is like Dylan on the mic. Yes, sir.
No, it's not Neo.
Close.
Neo? Am I right or no?
No, you're not right.
It's not
Baby, I'll
Chris
be
Brown.
it.
Usher?
God, it's okay. I gave you a pass.
Was that Usher or no?
I knew you would not get our love song. It's okay. I was prepared to be totally
I'm sorry,
wrong.
boo.
Okay, I know, honey. It's okay. But here, how about this? It's taking us back to like 1996 when you asked
All
me out
right.
to like 7th grade prom. Tell everybody about it. Here you go. Ready?
Yo, this is something coming from the non-juice. Another fat track, so rhythm beat.
I know this one.
You know it, baby. What you got?
South Park Mexican.
Excuse me? This
South
is not
Park
what I lost my
Mexican.
virginity to, goddammit. What the fuck? I'll remind you. That was probably Tina. You probably were doing it with Tina.
This isn't South Park Mexican, is it?
I can't believe you don't know this song, honey.
I know the song. I know all these songs. I've heard them. I could sing the
You could
lyrics.
like you could like bust the move.
I could break dance right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you one last chance to keep this game
Ah.
alive. Otherwise, I'm aborting everything in life. Here we go. If you don't get this one right, I'm
Is this like your Spotify playlist or what?
this is my orgasm playlist.
This song?
It's wet a little wet.
It's a
You
good
don't know that one?
song.
God
That's an
damn
old
you.
song.
I
What?
told you I was gonna play like this is like what really gets to my heart, honey. I thought you knew all my
Oh,
jams.
I thought we were talking
Okay.
like bedroom stuff. So
I know. I that's what I thought you thought, but I was gonna like okay, last one.
This is radio station WSKEE. We're taking calls on the wish line, making your wacky wishes come true. Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. I wish I had a
I know the lyrics. Fuck. What's that one? It's Ice Cube, right? Ice Cube Groove.
It's Ice Cube. God damn you. I quit. We are breaking up, Detective Mallory.
No, don't break up.
All right, Detective, tell me, what do you think? What's going on here? What can we expect to see here in the next motion?
I don't even know what it's gonna be. Shit.
Do you think, Detective Mallory, are you going to lose your job? Do you think that you've done like such a bad job that you're going to lose your job?
I'm thinking that SA Balance is probably gonna say that I'm the one that made that cast report that went on to the probable cause affidavit.
You think that your ass is grass?
Yep.
Well, honey, I bang you. I will protect you. Duh. So, like, I gotta protect Detective Mallory now.
Yeah, and buy me dinner.
Buy you dinner. Where are we going, honey?
I won't have a job.
Well, we'll find. That's fine. We're gonna have to hit up super chats here. Hey guys,
Panera
I'm taking
Bread.
Detective Mallory out. What do you guys think? Who wants to see us go on a date? Oh,
Panera Bread with sourdough bread.
you guys, you want some what?
Panera Bread for Panera Bread for some sourdough.
Oh. Well, I'm just gonna make sure that your balls aren't chafed. So I'll just like roll them all up, like give them that old Italian little like oil, vinegar, rub them all together, and just. It'll be fine.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Awesome.
Olive oil. No pepper though. Please, no pepper.
So let me ask you this: do you think? I'll ask you this, Detective. Are you going to be the one that's going to testify to receiving this generic tip that you found out about Brian Koberger?
Nope.
Do you think that's even going to happen?
I don't know how they can possibly. I don't know, because if you read like the different code, on like ethics and rules and responsibilities of anybody that's associated with the bar. You cannot, in quote unquote good faith, let someone get on the stand and testify to something that they know is untrue. So I don't know how they can do that. The only way is going to be is if they come to a stipulation where they tell the jury, don't worry about the tip. Otherwise, there's nobody they can put on the stand that won't be lying. So,
okay. So I agree. I agree with you on that. So then have you ever seen in your tenure of all of your work, detective, because I'm just so enamored by you, you just really get me to lose my breath. So, I was just wondering, the way that you do it in the bedroom and make me lose my breath, is there any way that, Judge Hippler could possibly get us all to lose our breaths by making some crazy order that says this is how it's going to be?
possibly.
So you've seen that before?
That guy seems intent on pushing this shit through no matter what. So I think that in a couple of weeks they'll come to the court and the defense will say the prosecutors, we tried to talk it through. We've had lots of email communications back and forth, and we cannot agree on any sort of stipulation or way to present a quote unquote generic tip to the jury. So that point,
so do you think at that point that you would expect the defense to say, we asked them to then use the probable cause affidavit to get to the client, our client over here?
you're going to enter that into evidence? That would be a big mistake.
No, they're just you're going to have to go that route, son, and enter that into affidavit. I'm telling you that they need to say that to their fucking, bring on that fucking skinny dick from WSU. Bring on that fat dick from WSU. Talk about that night on 11/29 when they came across my client, Brian Colebugger's name. Let's talk about that. It's just the tip. And it wasn't as good as your tip. You know what I'm saying, detective?
No, absolutely not. That was a little tip.
I lost 4 teeth because of your tip.
What? No. No. That sounds awful.
What do you mean, sir? It was just a woo!
That 4 teeth, fuck that. I'm not interested.
You're like, I am no longer talking to you.
I'm gonna go back to my job at MPD, and you can take yourself to dinner.
I'm about to catch an assault charge on your teeth.
Oof, no, that would be awful. Please don't do that.
I would never report you, sir. It was so good. I love it. No, I love you. Is that what you think is going to happen, though? You think they're just going to, I think the same thing. There's no way they're going to agree. And I just feel like the defense is going to say, well, in the order you said that they got to it this type of way, so go ahead and let them present it, and that's it, right?
I don't know. I think they'll both come up in front of the judge and say, we couldn't come to an agreement, and he's going to try to work through it and give, I guess, a couple of different recommendations on, but I have no idea. Without the defense stipulating and agreeing to that, there's nobody that can get on the stand and testify they got that call, because even Detective Payne said that they were all, I guess, in a room together when they got the information that Brian Koberger's name was, quote unquote, to be used as just a generic tip. So
yeah, like they were already 5 steps ahead to say, like, if this is what you're gonna do, like we knew this, but like it's almost like the defense knew this once you guys decided to be assholes. No offense, detective. But
it's Captain Mallory now, baby.
Oh, you're a captain?
Put my captain hat on.
How many people have you caught stealing bikes? Is that what y'all do over there?
2.
2 bike steals. Okay, 2 bike steals.
It was the same guy, so it was pretty easy to figure out.
Okay. And then how about like all those, I don't know, unattended deaths that were like, I don't know, ODs? Where do those drugs come from, sir?
China.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wouldn't put you on the spot. I do appreciate you though. Let's see.
I'm the only captain with no crabs, baby.
Crabs are forever. So is what? So is herpes. Herpes is forever.
Yeah, no, crabs aren't, but herpes, yeah.
Oh, crabs aren't, but herpes is.
Yeah, you can get rid of crabs.
Oh, what
I
do you
think.
what do you got to do? Tell me about that.
I don't know. I've never had.
Detective, are you used to getting crabs over there in fucking Moscow? Who are you banging? The fuck?
Not Jennings.
Not Jennings. I feel like you are. I feel like you have like a special relationship with her.
I don't know. Isn't she married too? Doesn't she have like a kid?
I think she's got a baby girl. Yeah, I think so. I've done some research on her.
Her kid's probably ugly as shit, but you know.
You've seen her tits before?
No, I said her kid is probably ugly as shit.
I thought you said her tit. Her tit is ugly as shit. I want to coach you on that, detective. Her
That's
tit
probably true.
is
Her tit is
ugly as shit. That's gonna go down the fucking wow.
But it's just a tip, just a little bit.
But it's just the tip, so it doesn't matter. Well, I just gotta say thank you so much for being here with me.
You are so welcome. I love being here.
What song do you want to go? You know what? I feel like you're like what kind of boy? Are you like a 70s or 80s boy? What do you like over there? I gotta send you off the right.
Are you like me personally? Like what I like?
Well, yeah, you, not your whole damn crew behind you running a train on my ass.
I don't. that
I'm
Moscow
not inviting. I'm not inviting the whole crew here.
The midnight Moscow train, baby.
Yeah, you know, when I think of midnight, I'm gonna play the midnight till dawn. Yeah, midnight. I like that. What's that?
I like rap music. I listened to it growing up, but
you like rap?
Okay. I like rock. I like.
Okay. Well, God, you're all over the map. What do you guys think he is?
Hey, I actually went to high school with Paul Wall and Chameleonaire. They were seniors when I was a freshman. Paul Wall.
Oh, Paul Wall. We'll play him then. There you go, Paul Wall. What do you want to hear? I don't even know these songs. Is this one? Is this like the song you like? I don't even know.
Yes. I love this song.
God, can you imagine you and Ashley Jennings banging to this song?
Oh my God. Shit. You gotta play some more Switch House.
She's like, honey, I'm gonna be late tonight. Me and Detective Mallory got some Paul Wall to listen to.
When you said that, it scared the shit out of me because my ex-wife's name's Ashley, so I was.
What?
So you scared me for a minute, but now we all good. And well, not Mike.
Ashley Jennings is like. This is Ashley Jennings. She's like, back then, hoes didn't want me. Now we signed Joshua Hewitt, and he is all up on me.
What? How much have you had to drink tonight?
I wish. This is my second shot.
That's it?
That's it.
You must have been drinking a Borg before.
I was doing Borgs earlier, but Dylan was my partner, and she took it all to the face. I didn't even have a chance.
I knew she would do that shit.
She's so thirsty, man.
What a thirsty whore.
What a fucking thirsty girl. So once I found out that she was on my team, I knew that we were gonna win. She's a guzzler. Like, woo, we're good. It's all Borg. Like, that's our team name all day, every day.
Team Borg.
Yeah, team all Borg. So we're good.
I was trying to come up with
We lost though. Guess who we lost to? You're never gonna believe who we lost to.
Who'd you lose
fucking
to?
Bill Thompson showed up. He started strumming his goddamn guitar and then playing that Eric Clapton shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then lo and behold, here's our fucking tank, Dylan. She was so ready, willing, and able. As soon as she heard, got me on my knees, Layla. And he said, Dylan. And then she just runs over their knees for days. And we lost. We lost.
Man, that's a bummer.
I couldn't even believe it. I was like, I cannot believe that you are bailing for that
Here,
bearded
I got a book.
bastard.
I got a book for you, and I can't reverse my screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when she bailed for that bastard, I was just like, I can't even believe it. I just can't even bail. I just bailed for him. He's like whistled at her.
I don't like this song.
Wheeled her on over. Got me on my knees, Dylan.
Hold on.
And then just whistled at her, man. Oh, you gotta play? Are you gonna play?
Can you hear anything?
Yeah, can you play Layla?
Play what?
What are you gonna play us?
I don't know. It just was sitting there calling my name.
Oh, yeah, I feel ya. All right. Well, Detective Mowry just got tossed because I can't listen to that right now. He already cheated on me. All right, guys, that was our show tonight. What do you guys think? That's pretty good now. I think it's pretty good. Dylan!